be confused. See my 17s and enjoy my boat cruise. I know you really wanna know who's coming through, leaving residues. Sorry, homeboy, but your flow sound used. Got to pay your dues, baby. You know the rules. Whenever I travel the world, I land cruise. If you choose to, how you get. Now I got you on super unlimited views. Give me room, give me some space, your excuse. When I step up in the place, then I step correct. But I got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. But I got you all in check. And you know we come through to wreck the discotheque. But I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. But I got you all in check.
You're now rocking with the best. Busta Rhymes coming through from the footmost squad. Boy Scouts who I be, straight to your dome. We coming straight to your dome, bringing all you rockers to all you rap. Boy Scouts who I be, flip mode is the squid on. Busta Rhymes, break it down like this.
Yo, which? Throw them type right out my window. Blast you with a direct blow. Coming through like G.I. Joe. Star Wars moving ill like Han Solo. Make you bounce around like this was Calypso. Always shine cause I got the high pro glow. You think that you can hide, you think you can lay low. Roll up on your eye like Hawaii 5-0. Mac out with my dreads in my Kango. Forget them, just pass the. Yo, take a trip down to Mexico. Come back with that might make you psycho. Maximum frequency studio stereo. Sorry, this is it, but homeboy, I got to go. When I step up in the place, and yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check. Hey, you know we come through to make the disco jack. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air and never disrespect. But I got you all in check.
This speech is my recital. I think it's very vital to rock
around.
That's right.
On time.
It's tricky.
Here we go. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right. On time. It's tricky. Tricky. I met this little girlie. Her hair was kind of curly. Went to her house and out. I had to leave real early.
These girls are really. All they just say is, or spend some time and rock a rhyme. I said it's not that easy.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky.
How is it, D?
It's tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky. Tricky. In New York, the people talking try to make us rhyme. They really hawk, but we just walk because we have no time.
And in the city, it's a pity, cause we just can't hide. Tinted windows don't mean nothing, they know who's inside.
It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky.
How is it, D?
Tricky. It's tricky to rock around. That's right, on time it's tricky. Tricky, huh?
said, I'll tell you all the story about the joker and the thief. I said, I'll tell you all about the joker and the thief in the night.
Seven oh Collins. We in Miami and we ballin'. She let dollar pull up as we mobbin'. Take you shopping. Nikki Beach, we in the water. Free up, make it harder.
Thank you. On a cold night at the foot of the Rockies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Empower Field at Mile High in Denver, Colorado. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already. Hard to believe, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Denver Broncos.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. To the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. Here's the rookie out of Arkansas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I've not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
His first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here just shy of the 30. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
There's a little bit of lightning talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Kill!
Once more with Harvey. Fighting for, he's got space. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Hold on, son. Ready.
Harvey now on 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 45 yards rushing so far, and this is just their first possession. They've got a new set of downs here.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Nick's going to give to Harvey. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Operating from the gun, here's Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Over the middle, it's complete. And they snap him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. That is caught. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Harvey is into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. So a great start. They force the turnover on the other side, and they're taking down the field on their first drive and finish it off with a short touchdown run.
Nice and efficient, excellent job blocking, finds the gap, and barrels into the end zone. Great way to finish off that drive.
Lutz with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, "Let's go, big boy. You're still our leader." We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. If you look at this Bronco defense, they enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
For some defensive fronts, playing the run is not the priority. It's playing the pass, right? They get upfield, they rush the passer, and sometimes neglect stopping the run. That's something that they have to work on and reverse a little bit. Make sure you play the run on your way back to the quarterback.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
What's good on the extra point? 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it as we resume action.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
Lutz now to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. Raider offense set to get this drive started. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go. We've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards there and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they act panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now 2nd and 9. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this time not quite to the 30. Will be down at the 31-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try not to stand before they're backed up even further.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. This is caught. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. He spins free. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Second and 10. Now it's Nix. Setting up a screen for Harvey. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage. Should be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. To throw. Here's Nix. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They're going. It's Nix. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Half the 60.
Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
2nd and 2. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Nick Bonito. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
3rd and long.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. That one complete to Naylor. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
A run straight ahead with Genti. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Track 60. 19.
Off the play fake. Mendoza. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Dante Thornton, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Raiders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even at 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Nix. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
Hey, listen. Captain.
Nix to the air. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now, I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move to go for it predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and that will force a turnover on downs. Now Mendoza throwing to start the drive. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Mendoza working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6.
That's good for Las Vegas. 1st down. 1st down, Las Vegas.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Nailor, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Well, here's a quick throw out to Mims. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To throw is Nix. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down. The Broncos send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. 1 second, all that remains. Well, indeed, trying to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning.
All the way home for the Broncos score. Jalen Waddle, 81 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Lutz with the extra point. And we are tied at 21. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change their mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective, because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
At the 34-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Mendoza. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a third down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now a play fake here on first down. Short throw caught by Bowers. Will be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. A give out of the gun to Genty. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Mendoza. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 37. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Joe, a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. Operating from the gun, Mendoza. Pass complete to Naylor right side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Let's go.
Back to throw again. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Dante Thornton, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead with Harvey. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. R.J. Harvey with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Wants to try to add the PAT. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Offense set to get this drive started. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 7. Off the bootleg. Mendoza. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
Here's 3rd and 6. A run out of the gun with Genty. And he brings us up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect the pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
And in the second half of the tie game, every decision gets magnified. And here, if he forces this ball, it could be intercepted. So that's the prudent play to just airmail it out of bounds.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. On the give, Genty. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thornton. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 42. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
1st and 10.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza. Open man is Naylor. He's got it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Raiders on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's caught by Tucker. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. They'll look to throw again. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Zone 7. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Nix. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, they go with Harvey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 124 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Throwing Nix. He'll swing this out to Harvey. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Nix. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd down and 4.
Hold on,
Out of the gun, the run with Harvey.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Big third down. A field goal from this spot, 57 yards as they hope to move it a little closer.
Bombers. Olay.
Back to throw. Nix. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Tie game, fourth quarter, and they're going for this thing on fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on fourth. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. This is 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Pat Surtain. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Here's 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Up the middle, it's Harvey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. From the 41, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Harvey. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
13 yards on the play. That's good for Broncos. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. On the handoff, Harvey. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the lot. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Captain. Almost set. Ready.
To throw. Here's Nix. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nix. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Boy, hard to catch your breath. Another big play looming. 4th and 3. Alex Nix. That is caught. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Hold on, set. Ready. Ready.
On the give, it's Harvey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Here now, 2nd and goal. A handoff. Here's Harvey. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead. So how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On the ground, Harvey. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And I tell you, when it comes to needing a field goal in closing seconds, pressure situation, there's something to be said for having a veteran kicker trot out there.
Agreed. It's so nice to have someone you can rely on, someone who you know has done it before. And this guy's as cool as they come, isn't he?
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. 19. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for Denver, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's just their 2nd loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin, alongside
little piece. Lord, how I gave my parents fist. Tried so hard to raise me right, but I was born to run the night. Daddy took me hunting when I was a kid. Wouldn't believe what the hell I did. He said, boy, hold this. Told my cousin, you better run. Last time he poked fun at me, got my with a tree.
Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it on Fox. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of hot. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac eye. I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be, I gotta stay. Put me some in the can and it's dry. Riding in special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and Birkin, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes, here go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, help ride. Back while I'm gripping her side. Big and mad back, this ain't regular size. We really fly, we like Pelican guys. You ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her highs. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the knot. Got some more millies, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it on Fox. We call him Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of filers cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Cash, money, cash, Anna, ready, I took the Billy cool back and I hopped in the car. I put the in front of the Billy in front of the driver.